my God. I just wanted to drink the Red Bull.
Welcome back, everybody, to Point Park Valorant, sponsored by Redbull. Thank you, Ricky. I'm Kaiser, and I'm here with Ricky.
Ricky Allen. Nice to meet you guys. It's been a while. It's good to be back.
Good to have you back. Honestly.
Thank you. Excited.
Yeah. Normally, you guys know Ricky from actually playing on the League of Legends team, but we're here for Valorant today.
Yep.
Ricky, I hear you used to be behind the desk.
Yes, I used to be behind the desk. It was a lot of fun. Not gonna lie, had some great times with Rocket League, great times with League of Legends, for Valorant too. Having casted and oh my gosh, I almost want to say like a year. Honestly, it's been a very, very long time. So it is it's exciting. I actually was supposed to. I don't think I was supposed to cast today, but came in as a sub, and I was like, you know what, it's been a while, and back in this hot, stuffy room,
It is. I don't know why you're wearing a sweatshirt, but
it's all right.
Maybe that's
gotta rep it. Gotta rep it.
Skill issue on my part.
It's always skill issues. It
is.
But let's dive into talk about this game a little bit since it's been a while. It's also new rosters, as you see, like on here. It's new people. We got Mona, who used to be a sub, is now a starter, and we have a new player and a new person to the program, Ari. So
you guys might remember Ari from last season, casting most of the games, I believe. But this time Ari behind the desk as a player. So here again with Ricky, and it looks like these map picks and bans are starting to come in, and we will be starting on Ascent. Pretty classic Valorant, I feel like.
Yeah, Ascent has always been there. If you play Valorant, I mean, it's kind of just one of the maps that are just.
I feel like that's the first map that, like, when your friends are like, "Hey, I have this new game I want you to try," they always bring you to Ascent, and they're like, "This is how you play." And Icebox has been out of the rotation for so long. A lot of new changes on this map that we're going to be seeing coming in, and of course, the decider, if we should make it to that, looks like Sunset.
Decider, I haven't played Valorant for a while, but Sunset, that's still a very weird map to me. I love the design of it.
It's very pretty.
But it's just attacker side, it's very weird because you have that really open, that huge mid, which is kind of daunting to
But you know what? I mean, talking about a huge mid, we're starting here on Ascent, and Ascent kind of has that huge mid also, very open, and
most of the action happens in mid.
Yeah, unfortunately, and it looks like we are starting to get those agents locked in here. And talking about an open mid, it looks like Clark on Point Park side, and of course Sonderwater on the other side is playing that Jet. So definitely gonna want to stay clear of mid, especially if they have an op. But remember, there's that new gun now in the mix, the Outlaw.
Oh my goodness.
140 to the body. So
wait. Okay, let's reel it back. Wait, 140 to the body?
140 to the body.
Oh my god, does it shoot faster than the operator?
It does, because you have Chew in the chamber before you have to reload.
Wow.
So definitely a new weapon in
I'm getting
the
goosebumps.
Mix. I mean, it's tough. I think they're still trying to, find where is its place kind of in the meta. How does it play? But, it's really only been out since this new season has started. And I think they're still feeling out how does it play, how does it work. So
this game loaded so fast. I was not prepared.
I was not prepared either.
I thought it was going to be like a 10-minute,
My games have been loading so slow. It's like every other game I feel like someone's playing on a toaster.
Oh, my goodness.
Definitely don't have to worry about that when you're playing collegiate sometimes, as long as the school has good internet, which it looks like these two do. So USF and Point Park Esports, of course, this is the first season, or the first game of the NACE season.
Yeah, first game of the season.
First and what? And last?
I was going to say first and last, so the senior is a little sad. It's okay.
Maybe first and last for you. Or maybe you'll miss it and you'll come back.
Oh, I'll definitely miss it. But if I remember right, I don't think it's... Well, never mind. Creep got 2 kills. Per usual, Ari, first pick of the season. I love to see it.
It looks like Point Park pretty dominant and located that last one. And of course,
house.
Almost a flawless. But I think Point Park, you can see on their faces, feeling pretty good. Creep, IGL from last season. Definitely feeling good.
I love to see it. Love the energy. Love to see it. And Creep as a player, an individual himself, he brings so much energy to the table, which is something always so enjoyable, especially for games like Valorant and League and Rocket League. Like, you kind of want to have someone there just to always hold the momentum down, hold the motivation, and just to keep the momentum up throughout the game.
No, I mean, I definitely think that Valorant's a mental game, and it looks like as we get into it, USF starting to creep up mid here. Not sure what that decision is. I don't normally like to go mid when I know that I have
mid is dangerous.
Well, especially, you're on that light buy. You just lost the first round, but
exactly.
It looks like getting a lot of real estate there. But, of course, that allows Point Park to sort of creep out sight all the way out B, and is going to find that first pick and knows can just hold down sight a little bit, and that's kind of pushing USF here a little bit in mid, and that's going to allow them to flank Ari with that Spectre. But Clark finding 3.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Another clean round. That was a flawless 4K there, of course, from
great.
Clark, and Princess Ari, of course, got hers there.
Hey, if Clark would have got an ace.
Is that on for this season?
I'll have to check back, but I think it still is.
I mean, I think it definitely should be.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who don't remember, I believe if Clark gets an ace, the rest of the team must shave their heads.
Yes. That was a running thing in the fall semester, and it happened once, but we needed to happen one more time.
Twice in a game? Is it twice in a game? In a single map or something?
I think it's twice in a single season. That's what I think it is.
A season? I think it's.
Yeah.
I thought it was
twice in a game.
Twice in a game?
Oh,
I don't know if it's per map or per day, but Clark looking to get that early on in the season. Lots of shots coming through. Remember, USF is on that stronger buy here with those Vandals. Has that man advantage 4v3, but still need to make their way on to site, and that's a lot of information given to the side of Point Park Esports.
It's always tough, too, when it comes to this round specifically, because you win 2 rounds, but now you have no guns, and the other team, USF, has guns, so it's definitely tough. It's almost like a throwaway round, almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and of course not always. I mean, I know I play ranked games and they don't go like this, but if you win pistol, you should win the next round with those better guns, and that does mean they are going to be able to buy, and Nugent's going to find one through that spam. Nugent's. It's probably New Jeans.
Oh, definitely New Jeans.
But I feel like it should be New Jeans.
New Jeans?
I mean, you forgot the
K-pop group New Jeans.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably on their warm-up playlist.
Oh yeah, definitely. My personal favorite is Oh My God. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Anyways.
You gonna sing for us?
You know what? Maybe if we win this round.
Okay. A lot riding here on To the Moon and Back in our Point Park Esports debut here for Valorant. I think she can clean up 4 here.
Clean up 4? Wow. That's a very okay.
They know where she is. A lot's riding on this.
It's a nice round. It's a good round.
Nice try. Got one with that gun disadvantage, and I think, can definitely be proud of that. Looks like they're also cleaning up the camera there a little bit in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Little behind the scenes. Little workers.
See them, they're doing their thing. We love that.
Look how concentrated they look.
Oh, yeah, they're focused.
A lot more in the line for them than for us.
Mona's definitely listening to music right now. I can definitely see that. To the Moon and Back is jamming right now.
If I was listening to New Jeans before, I would definitely have to turn it off if I got bodied by their KJ. Yeah. Or maybe that's just what you need to set you off. But now should be seeing rifles coming up from both. And look, Clark with.
This is a Marshall. Yes. Okay. I'm about to say I'm not that old. Still remember. Oh, all right. Saunders gets the pick on Clark, and Curse gets another pick, and a lot of action happening in mid right now.
No, I like that decision. Gets one, walks away, knows there's a lot of people still in mid, and information is so important in this game, but
definitely
they still have to make their way on site, as an attacker. So if you can just kind of hold down those choke points, only a minute left, so they're going to have to start executing soon, and they're kind of just pushed up here.
USF still technically has a lot of time. You can do a lot with 50 seconds. It's always so hard to just play attacker side on this map just because it's so defense sided.
Yeah, and I mean, especially with these mirror comps, and I think that's kind of a standard comp that you see here on Ascent, but I mean that does mean it's tried and true, and of course this is only it works, and that's why it's used. But only the first game in this NACE season, so. You know, we of course don't know on the side of USF, but at Point Park, you know, trying out a new roster, you know, we don't know if USF is doing the same. Very likely, Princess Ari spots that gun barrel, but knows likely a cross there.
Holding the cross, definitely. Oh, Ari gets one.
Finds one. Isn't going to be able to get the second, but that's okay.
Crosshair was just above, KJ said. Just above.
It's okay. That's a nice try. I think, you know, they did a good job of holding down sight pretty early on. And I think, you know, once the attackers plant right and they have sight, they're now playing defense.
Definitely.
So if you can hold sight and deny that plant, it makes it a lot easier to, of course, fight and hold territory and win those rounds. Did a good job early on. Just
it's hard
wasn't
to push when they're holding the cross.
It is really, like really hard. And I mean, that's why it's such a good cross. Ari able to get found one there behind Dice. But that's a hard cross. And of course, you know, if KJ new jeans just
there we go. There we go. Now we got to get used to it. New jeans. Not KJ anymore. It's new jeans.
It's new jeans.
It's very hard for Point. I think it's I think it's going to be a very interesting game for Point Blank since it is, as we said, first game of the season, but also a new team. So I think everybody, and we're seeing that now as everybody's kind of trying to get used to the comms, understanding everyone's play styles because...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, last semester we were, I mean, it was very strong.
Oh,
team.
Nice shot there from Clark, but not able to find another. Good use of the knives there. I think that was a good investment, but ultimately not going to win them around, and that's okay because we're kind of on a little bit of a save.
Haven't had a lot of... Our eco has been pretty low the past 2 rounds, so should have full guns, or should have a full buy this round.
Definitely should, and you can look on their face looking a little bit more concentrated now. You know they want to win this first map of the season, first series of the season, and yeah, you know this is a new roster, and as much as you can scrim and as great as that is,
there's only so much you can prepare.
There's only so much you can prepare, and a scrim is a lot different from a game for sure. So definitely doing a great job of working with this new roster, and you know I'm definitely excited to see how the rest of the season goes. But
they're in good hands. Coach Sam has got them. Yeah, it's a phenomenal player himself.
Yeah.
Hashtag ad for Sam, but it's okay.
New Jeans with a great ultimate there, going to give them sight.
I mean, already USF has full lockdown of A. It's going to be really tough for Point Park to try and play this post plant.
Yeah, I mean that is what's hard is that was a great investment of that lockdown because it gave them sight, and now Point Park going to have to try to get back on the site, but it's tough when you're in a 3v1 and they have plant and they have sight.
But Aussie got 2 picks as well, so it's a 3v3 right now. It's possible. Oh, then Creep dies. Saunders gets another pick. Jinx gets another pick and ends that round. Yeah, USF is playing really strong right now.
That was a nice try, and you know that was an ultimate invested.
Definitely.
A couple ultimates invested that round, so I think that makes it easier. I think Point Park though, you can see they have
you can tell they're trying
good attempts, and I think if they're able to hold sight a little bit better, I don't think they'll have any problem. And it's still early enough in the game that although they're down a couple rounds, definitely going to be able to bring it back. I have faith, and it looks like Ari. Oh, hovering that Bucky there for a second. And we know Ari loves
the shotgun. Oh, my goodness.
Clark looking for contact, but Creep going to find it in the end.
Still a great contact.
Well, why buy guns if you can just use sheriffs?
Sheriff, skill issue. There we go.
Curse looking for one more, but not going to find it. Those sprays just too strong. Creep.
Good eco run. Got 2 down to get rid of 4. Bye. Could have got that 3rd one. It's a little bit low. This is going to be tough for Point Park since we're low on eco, and because it's, hate to say it, because it's the nature of Ascent, you kind of want to get a lot of rounds in defense, and with USF, they're trying to get rounds on the board in attack, so it's easier. Got a timeout. Right.
Yeah, and I definitely think this is a well-placed timeout. You know, still early enough that you're going to be able to bring that back. I think I've seen good things from both teams.
Definitely.
And it's just a little bit too bad that Point Park hasn't been able to win a couple of those
Slow start
on the board.
Slow start. A little bit. No, they're gonna.
Not saying we're biased, but
Oh no. A little
we
bit
are
of a
wearing
start.
Point Park
You know, it's
Esports
like
merch.
we gotta rep it a little bit.
But no, I mean I think it's still pretty early on in the series.
Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
No, and I mean I think just taking this time to just like
Trying to adjust. Everyone's trying to feel out, trying to get used to the nerves. Everything happened. I know. Had a first league game. I think I went like 0-10, like Cassante. Like it's those nerves are they kind of get to you when you're in that environment. And so, but once you get used to it, oh my goodness, you win, and then that feeling, it's amazing.
I know, and hopefully they're going to be able to do the same thing that you did last season.
They're gonna win.
You know, it's really exciting, you know, to have new members
It's amazing
of the team.
to see. Yeah, it's amazing to see Ari, especially since Ari. It is an amazing, talented caster, along with you as well, being up here and you guys casting, and then also seeing Ari being an actual player, along with Mona, who has been rigorously practicing, and now seeing them in an actual game. It's inspiring. I love to see it. Love to see everybody doing their thing, achieving their dreams.
Yeah, very exciting, and it looks like things kind of slipping away, but Ari with that shotgun. Now we know why she loves it so much.
Ari is a
back into
shotgun connoisseur.
I mean, someone's got to do it. And it's Ari. Now brought this to a 2v2, but Spike is planted.
Very possible round. We're healthy when Creep and Clark, which is very solid players mechanically, known mechanically for being good at their aim. Better aim than mine, but. There we go.
That's why they're playing and we're
and then we're not.
Here.
Yep.
All down to Ari. Ari was able to pick up a rifle off that kill and knows where one is. Sees New Jeans, but New Jeans is just on a killing spree today, it seems.
On killing spree, they're on fire. They're listening to the new album and just going crazy.
New Jeans buff, I guess.
New Jeans buff. I guess we're just gonna have to call that now for the rest of the thing. We'll just say, yeah, it was a New Jeans buff.
New Jeans buff.
But
the player or the band or the group, you decide.
Exactly. We'll let the people decide. So USF is playing. They're bringing the heat to us, and it's definitely like a wake up call. Like, hey, welcome to the season.
Yeah, and you know, I think you can learn a lot more from rounds that kind of slip away from you than you can from rounds you win, and it's still early enough in the game. I mean. Oh, Ari
shotgun
with
Ari.
that shotgun. Shotgun Ari. Shotgun buff.
Hey, shotgun buff.
Ari buff.
Ari buff. That's what we'll say, Ari buff. She is just ballistic with that shotgun. And Clark was able to pick up 2 kills in that smoke. It's very good. Oh, New Jeans.
New Jeans buff.
Oh, and they close out the round. USF is just playing you could tell that they have great communication when it comes to trading, and they're peeking together, which is something that Point Park is doing as well. But it's just, it always seems like at the end of the round, when there's 3 people left, USF always gets the edge with their trades.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there, USF definitely had that eco advantage. They had that gun advantage, and I mean, that does make it a lot easier to click heads if you have a gun that can click heads. But I mean, a lot of these rounds I think have been pretty close. Point Park putting up a good fight, and of course won those first 2 rounds, but haven't been able to put a point on the board.
Give my boys guns.
Rounds.
That's what I need.
You should run.
Give my team guns and we go crazy.
Ultimates coming out from Cursed. Saw them with the drone. Going to be able to tag one, but not going to find a kill, but that's okay. It did stall enough, but maybe not quite enough. Now USF on site.
Sova is one shot. Jinx is one shot, and Chris picks up the pick. Shotgun Ari, she strikes again. Oh. Close round.
Close round. A lot of these rounds have been very close, and it's a little bit too bad. I think maybe for that mental that they're not able to convert some of those rounds. And like we said, mental is such a huge component in any game. It's definitely a factor, and you can tell it's sort of getting to them. But it is nice, Creep looks focused, and I think a lot of times Creep is pretty good at not letting that get to him or to the team.
Yeah.
And it's important to have a player like that who's able to be like, hey guys, like, it's fine, let's keep going.
Yeah, we have KJ. All this could be a very very important round right now for Point Park.
Ari bringing out this Odin here, going to start spamming.
With the Odin spam, we love to see it. I love how I haven't played the game of the year, and that is still a thing. Love to see it.
I don't think that's going away anytime soon.
It seems like USF is playing the mid, trying to see if they can set up A, but coming back around to mid around market. There we go. I'm back.
He's back, guys.
There we go. Jinx picks up a pit now. It's a 4v5.
Yeah, you know, I think one thing Point Park has been electing to do is allow them to take that real estate up mid.
They've given them a lot of space in mid.
Yeah, and you know, that can be an okay thing if you're able to hold on to site a little bit better, because they still have to push site. But
it can also be a little daunting though, because it's just you give them so much space, and now they as what we see from right now they have full control of B, when we could have probably played together, played for a pick to trade out in mid to help them back off in mid a bit, which that's kind of been a running thing with A side as well for USF. They get complete control, and then we're stuck almost as if we're playing catch up, and USF brings that round in, and it's 2-9. One more round before I believe we switch. Oh my gosh, I'm on it. I'm remembering everything. We're going crazy, Kai. We're going crazy.
We're going crazy. You know.
All right.
You know what's up.
So last round, and it seems like both teams are able to buy, which will be on the screen in just a few moments.
Here.
Try to see the game. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. Bulldogs, light shields. That's a feel bad moment, but you do what you can.
Yeah, you know, I saw kind of bringing. Oh, Clark.
Clark is just.
Oh, finds one, but New Jeans.
Creep could possibly get a pick here. Yep.
Creep knows exactly where New Jeans is going to find it, but not going to be able to recover.
Creep is
that
stuck
rifle.
now. Creep does have ult though, and might get wallbang from this.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough position.
Definitely a tough position right there. I think the play there, or possibly a play, could have been maybe someone tried to bail him out, but it's tough, especially when KO throws down the AoE that does damage.
Yeah, but still, you know, USF only up by 1, but they do have the operator in the hands of their jet there.
So that's very scary as well. Oh, Nari could have got a pick there from the flank on that Omen, but on the Sova. And
Mona looks like is going to be electing to invest in that ultimate, and is going to get the operator down.
To the moon and back gets a pick.
But unfortunately, not going to be able to pick up a rifle from that. Well, finds one more.
To the moon and back is clearing the site.
4 bullets in the chamber. Knows that there's a little bit of time, but that ultimate's going to be expended. And that was a good ultimate there. On the side of USF, not sure how much time is left.
Seems like there's.
Yeah, that was tough.
That situation you have to stick, right?
Yeah.
And as we can see, there's only. Oh, there was actually a lot of time left. Wow. Did not realize that. Oh, it's hard. Best thing you could do there is tap and then Soval and then maybe tap again, but I mean
that was definitely a good attempt, I think.
Yeah.
From Mona, from To the Moon and back. It's tough in that situation, and of course that's the last run and a half. So
a Soval post plant for you.
That's a classic Soval.
Classic. Yeah.
But Mona did get 2 there, not able to get that 3rd and stick the defuse, but that's okay.
Played extremely well.
2-10 is a tough, though, scoreline coming into this. They have to win pistol here.
Definitely.
And they have to win, you know, like...
I think pistol round and then being able to snowball that into 2 or 3 more rounds.
Well, I think they're going to have to win pistol. They're going to have to win the next, and then, of course, the next round, and then they're going to have to thrifty that 3rd round to really stand a chance, because, you know, typically then you'd see USF get that 3rd round like they did last time, but Point Park doesn't really have those rounds to work with, and of course
Clark gets a pick.
Creep.
We go, Creep gets a pick. Ari gets a pick as well. And looks like that pistol round that we were talking about might be won.
Yeah, good trade there coming in
4v2
from Cursed.
So, they do not know that KO and KJ coming through. It looks like a flank. Oh, no.
Yeah, but they're going to know now that door is going to be broken, and that's so much information given to the side of Point Park Esports.
Amazing.
And now with that, knows both are there with that KO knife.
And Ari seems like trying to could be hitting a blind.
Yep, USF going to make their way out, but
Clean
Creep
round.
gonna
round.
clean out those last two.
Love
And
to
that's
see that.
exactly, look at that smiles on their faces. That's exactly the kind of round they needed.
And 4 of them live, so that's even more money for Point Park there.
Yeah, going to, and you know, I mean, I think at this point they're just going to buy up as much as they can.
Yeah. And ideally in this round, would you say, Kai, is they win the round and maybe 3 or 4 people left alive after the round, just so still have a pretty good amount of eco going into that thrifty round? Would that be most ideal?
So, yeah, so, I mean, they're going to be buying guns anyway. So it's okay. Probably what USF should have done is they should have just tried to die to bomb there, because when you get a kill, you get credits from that,
makes
that you
sense.
can spend.
Yeah.
And then of course USF need that death bonus.
Yeah.
You get more money for dying.
Stuff turtling.
Yeah, so definitely would have been a smarter move there, but I don't think USF is too worried. Still up by 7 points. Going to use that Clark.
Oh,
that was a great Sova drone. And look at that. Now 5v1, and it looks like they know exactly where nutrients are, and that was so clean. But they're going to have to do that again this next round when USF is going to be
5 are alive. That's the perfect situation. Perfect situation.
That is exactly what they needed to happen here, because they don't really have that benefit of being able to spend their credits. And, you know, that ultimately is going to come down to the IGL. If they didn't live, do we want to just keep forcing?
Definitely.
Or do we want to, you know, build that economy? And it's tough when you're down. It's still 6
so
rounds.
many rounds. Yeah, 6 rounds.
USF only need to put 2 on the board to bring it to match point, and
Definitely.
that's tough. USF now have 5 rifles in their hand.
It's gonna be very dangerous because we're still have a Spectre, still have Bulldogs. I think Point Park has it though. Running on a lot of momentum right now. You can even. Oh,
Yeah, gets
there we go.
one. That
Great
trade came out. Good job
trades.
from Curse there. Still in a 4v3, but remember they have rifles. That should be 1 rifle recovered for the side of Point Park.
Definitely.
But definitely tough. And now that's a lot of information given. USF knows that they're kind of posted up on the A side. It looks like Point Park trying to make the call. Do we rotate to B, or are we gonna
Would love it if they
re-hit
just
A?
all rotated.
I mean, it's so hard when you don't have that information, but
Definitely.
you know, and it looks like they're going to elect to re-hit A.
And now, I mean, as you can see, we have.
And it looks like they're baiting though.
Yeah, baiting for the
that
rotate.
rotate, and that's perfectly played, perfectly called.
But now they have. Oh, and they got smoked off again. They went with time. 40 seconds on the clock. Gonna make a decision, and there we go.
I mean, that's nice though, because that opened up sight, and of course, Cursed spotted 1 with that dart earlier, so knows there's at least 1 heaven, could wrap around.
It's 4v3. We have. Now we're the ones that have control of base side now.
Numbers, sight advantage. I mean, it's not gun advantage. Aussie going to find 1, and New Jeans gets 1 through Dice, but Creep gonna clean it up. All down to Ari here. Not gonna be able to find a good try. I mean, that was a good round.
It's a great try.
I think that came down to gun disadvantage and a little bit of positioning. But nice try, and I don't think they can be too hard, because that's 3 rifles out of the hands of USF.
Definitely. Especially, I mean, swinging out of heaven like that with all 3 of them up there. I'm sure they were worried about someone coming from. Ooh, forgot that call out though. We have that A side that goes into mid. We'll run with that. But that was it's a bit tough, because it's like you said before, information. They needed the information. They didn't realize all 3 of them were there, so all 3 of them swung out and just cleaned up. And I see the new rifle that New Jeans is using. It looks cool.
It does, and it does a lot of damage. And look, you know, you don't have to reload 1 more shot. 140 to the body. I mean, that's might as well be an op at that point. It's not killing you, but it definitely kills your mental.
Good thing that New Jeans is down now and got rid of that rifle. Disgusting rifle. And now, I mean, a clean plant by Point Park. It's 5 also alive.
Oh, but not going was able to stick it, but not going to be able to get back up. After that, still a 4v4, but of course RKO incredibly low, and Point Park has sight here. Going to be hard for USF to push.
Curse with a great position right now, could peek out and get a kill, but
gets one, knows exactly where he is, and it looks like just going to back off of that. Well played.
It's definitely a very important round for Point Park to win. And there we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Comeback season. 5-11. All right. Possible.
Possible. I mean, if USF got 10 rounds, why can't?
Exactly. Why can't we? Why can't we? Exactly. Doesn't matter if it's defender side. Disregard what I said last round. It's fine. Disregard what I said last round.
Well, the thing is,
that is a beautiful shot.
Look how focused they are.
That is lovely.
They got their Red Bull. They're ready to go.
Exactly. But I think this is, I mean, seen in the past, especially from last semester, we thrive in momentum. If you give us 2 rounds, best believe we're running with that.
Well, and I think that is, and I think Point Park has this history of snowballing either way. So,
Definitely.
Like we saw, you know, last half started to lose, and then, you know, they just kind of
bringing it back.
Weren't able to win, but now that they have the momentum, they're able to keep it up. Definitely looking good for them, and hopefully they get this map and can bring it home there on Icebox.
I'm excited for the Icebox map, to be honest.
I'm excited for Icebox.
Yeah, I haven't seen Icebox in so long. Like, it's such an interesting map. It's a fun map. It's
and some of those changes are pretty significant. Pretty significant. Yeah, I haven't played. I've watched quite a few Icebox matches since then. But I've only played a couple. I did my placements, but I didn't get Icebox, so I haven't played on the new one yet. I did kind of hop into the server and look, but it looks like USF not having a hard time making their way onto site, going to get one, and it looks like though Cursed
holding
has a really good positioning.
Oh, this would be a huge angle for Curse right now.
Are they gonna check? They're not gonna check.
They didn't check it.
But there's one more there. Yep.
It's all right. A little bit of a whiff on the Jet that could have got him the triple there, but
I would have liked to see a little bit more trigger discipline because he didn't even check.
A little bit.
New Jeans creeping up. Oh, but Ari going to get 2. Sees the gun barrel of that last one, and nice cleanup from them. Of course.
Absolute demon.
USF though 2 down, and they were on a save round.
That hurts.
That hurts, and that's not what you want to let them do of your Point Park, but that's okay. It's another round in the books, and at the end of the day, it just matters what's on the board.
Snowballing is in the start.
Snowballing.
USF eco is getting weaker. We're getting poorer and poorer.
Well, and you know, it's so important for Point Park that they were able to snowball a couple of these rounds, because now, you know, when you're looking at that, even if they let a round go at this point, it goes to match point, should be able to win, but still down by 5 rounds.
What do you think about Jet with the op on USF? That's a bold play. No shields?
I'm thinking that if you're Point Park, though, you don't want to peek that.
It's a bit dangerous, so scary.
But I mean, of course, Sonder had that op last time, and they did a good job of kind of, you know, maybe a little bit of pop and swing and not letting them find contact with that. But definitely an op is scary. Creep
with a pick of just
that was a nice like reflank there.
So 4v4, and then we're just kind of relaxing right now. I mean, still a minute left on the clock. I think Point Park sometimes plays a little bit fast. I mean, we have a lot of time, and I think remind themselves that they do have time to try and get more information.
But you know, they're hitting this A site where that op is posted out, but it doesn't matter if you're going to bring the op. I don't even know if they know what they did, but they do now. Going to see that op, and
disgusting
in the hands now of Clark. Yeah, beautiful.
That allows us to plant, and USF Silva is still alive though, and Silva looking to peek there. Creep gets the pick though, doesn't matter. My goodness, but KJ's on the flank right now. New Jeans buff possibly could be coming in. Oh no.
No, but I think Curse saw that util from Aussie. I'm going to find New Jeans. I think they know where Aussie is. They do. You can see they're just posted up waiting.
Just waiting for Aussie to come out. It's like a predator catching its prey.
And Creep's going to.
Oh, so scary. A little scary there. A little shaky. I love that.
And those are warning shots. Creep
Warning
knew
shots,
he had
warning
it.
shots,
He knew he had
definitely.
it.
Creep always has it.
Creep always has it.
Always has it.
I
He just-
wasn't, you know.
That was for content.
That was content.
That's all it was.
I
It
was
was for
stressed
content.
for what? For what?
Yeah,
For
exactly.
nothing.
Exactly. We get stressed to entertain you guys.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
never
it is.
stressed.
Exactly,
It was,
never stressed.
It's method acting.
Method acting. That's the most. Here we go now. 7-Eleven.
Yeah, Point Park slowly closing that gap.
Would love a 7-Eleven slushy. Sorry. Impulsive thoughts, my bad. All right, anyways.
If they win,
They win.
the whole team definitely deserves
7-Eleven
7-Eleven
slushies.
slushies.
I like that. Top sheriffs. Point Park still has full buy, full guns.
And look,
Should be a free round for Point Park.
it should, but Ultimate already invested on the side of USF in the hands of that Jet, and of course, 3 more they have to work with. Though Point Park, 3 on their side as well.
Clark has knives out, so he could wrap this round easily. But as you can see, Point Park, I mean, as I just said, last round now they're like kind of slowing things down, trying to maintain tempo, but also try to maintain information as well and play together for the pick. So love to see that.
Aussie posted up pretty nicely, but great smoke in those shots I think are going to allow them to know exactly where they are. Knows that there's probably a KJ near, but is anyone going to check
Point Park is
hell there?
diving in.
I don't know.
Cages is there in hell.
KJ's just there waiting and with a great
Bomb is
positioning.
planted.
I think KJ's just sort of waiting. I
Oh,
don't know if they know. No one checked.
Aridon gets a pick. Cursed. Mona gets 2 picks before she dies.
3v2, and Curse going to find that last one now. All down to their KO here. They know exactly where he is. Ari going to wait for that
My goodness.
drop down, and of course another round on the board. That's 8-11 in Point Park.
They're looking
Definitely knew they had this. They
great.
won
Fire
they won the first 2 rounds, so they said we know we have it.
to the moon and back. And Princess Ari, I mean, that's a disgusting dude. They're going crazy. You see Ari got a pick there. Mona got 2 picks.
So,
Amazing.
I mean, they're probably so happy to be playing now on the team for this first season, and they want to show
Doing
that,
their
hey,
thing.
doing their thing. They're here to stay.
Love that. We got the sticker from Creep. As always, bringing the energy. Love it.
Now, I really, really like this new Point Park team. Of course, Ari, right up there with the frags, and I think, Mona, of course, as that KJ, a lot of great utility holding down some of those sites.
Great ults too.
Great ults, and I mean that's exactly what you need from your players in those
It's important
positions.
for utility-based characters.
When you need to know that you have, a strong player that's able to work off of that, and of course, the IGL call is something you're able to follow through with.
Definitely.
Definitely good synergy, and I was a little worried. I know this is a new team, a new roster, but they're really playing great together. And I mean, look at this. They didn't let when I'm 2-10 in a game, I'm like, it's
2-10.
over.
Mental's
It's over.
done. Yeah, you're queuing
Mental's
up for the
done.
next one. That's for sure.
And that's such a strong quality to have, is to be able to come back. Looks like USF electing to hold sight down just a little bit more.
40 seconds left on the clock, and
No pushes. It looks like they're doing a little bit of default, just trying to find some intel, but Creep slowly creeping out here. Going to go down.
and it was a
It was a
Point
bait.
Park gets a huge bait and is able
I
to
don't know
plant
if they
A.
even realize how far away all of USF is, but they definitely know now.
I mean, that was an
gives them
amazing ult by
sight,
Creep.
Can reposition.
A little bit shaky for USF for this post-play now since they're coming in a little bit late and bomb is already planted.
I mean, it's still a 4-4, but I was just going to
New
say they
Jeans
have the
KJ.
lockdown on New Jeans, going to invest that right now.
Clark with a drive-by pick there. Clark with another pick. 3 picks with Clark. Aussie gets a pick. 2v2 now. Oh, it's a very important...
Molly's arm bomb, though. Mona
Still
knows
back at the
that. Oh, but not going to be able to get those off in time. All down to Curse, going to throw some out, but not able to find them.
Oh, and... Oh, it's showtime! 9-11, let's go! Oh, that is amazing. Amazing play by Point Park, playing the time, holding on to the time. Oh my gracious. Heart dropped when Curse died.
I mean, at the end of the day, you don't need to be alive. You just need to win the round.
Exactly.
And if the bomb explodes, you win the round if you're an attacker.
Oh my goodness.
For those of you who don't know, Ricky and I actually have no audio, so I had no idea.
Yes, I had no idea
how much time was left there on the
going off of visuals.
Yeah.
Going off of the spike visuals. If it looks like it's about to explode, then it's about to explode.
Then it's about to explode, and
part of the reason why I screamed a little bit, because that
was stressful.
that was a bit stressful.
I had no idea how much time was left.
Love to see it. 9-11 Point Park bringing this back. They're electrifying right now. Bringing up an electrifying performance for the first game of the season. Love to see it.
Yeah, Point Park takes a little bit of a different approach than USF. It looks like they don't like mid Sonder, just hoping to find one, but not going to be able to. They're all posted outside of B.
Point Park is playing this extremely low. They're playing disciplined. They're just rolling together, which that is something that is, I mean, it does you a lot in Valorant.
And I mean, it's USF only up by 2, 11 to 9 for
USF definitely feeling that pressure right now.
If you told me it was 10-2 at the half, I would not have believed it. Definitely. And look, USF on that later by have, Marshals have, Sheriffs. That lockdown invested by Mona. Going to be tough, but they're going to have to start working off of this. It's a time thing, and they saw that jet there, but it doesn't matter. Going to have to get away. And now sight is clear.
Sonder missing that shot kind of. Oh, Sonder hits that shot though. So
you can miss a couple shots if you hit the next ones. I think
that's fair.
That's what I tell myself when I missed. When I missed some shots.
USF bringing the pressure now, but Clark gets a pick. Sonder gets another pick with that Marshall. Great
nice
pick by
shot.
Clark. Another pick by Clark. Oh my gosh! Clark! My goodness!
Another Clark 4K. Imagine
duelist Clark.
Aces.
This is insane. I did not know Clark was built like this on Jet. This is, my goodness.
Look at Clark. I mean, it looks like
look at him. Look at he's unfazed as always. He's always unfazed, man. Kid plays like a phenom and just locks in like a robot. Robot Clark. Oh my goodness. And as you can see, 21-16, 2012. Like, just playing phenomenal.
This is
Mona getting the picks when that are very important to the rounds. I think
that
what's really helped.
Huge.
Exactly. Lockdown was huge. I think what's really important about To the Moon and Back is that they've gotten picks in the most important rounds that it enables everyone else to bring these rounds back. But going on for that, USF gets 2 picks.
It's an important round, and Ari, I don't know if they're going to get timing, but Ari gets hers. But now,
see, that was
incredibly low on the side of Point Park Esports, and it's still 3v4.
That was amazing reaction by Ari.
That was good reaction by Ari. I liked the play to put the molly to pull them out of line.
That was smart, definitely.
And I'm glad Ari was able to get the kill, but you have to be ready for that. If you're
definitely
putting the molly,
calm down when you do that.
Know
definitely.
that they're going to be swinging off of that. Good reaction by Ari, but definitely made me a little bit nervous.
Definitely next time, but sync the comms with that one, and that would have been a clean kill.
That would have been a clean, but it's a kill nonetheless. And now
30 seconds left on the clock. A side is completely free.
Yeah, they know that there's some there though in tree though, because got a little bit spammed there through that smoke.
It's gonna be very important to play this tree and try to get picks while you can. I don't think Point Park they're working with any ults right now, so. It's going to be tough, and USF is still healthy, and as we can see, Sonder still with an op. Oh, that would have been a
little bit of chip damage, but that op is really tough to overcome. Creep gets 1. Princess Ari left all alone with 30 HP gets 1, but knows there's an op at play. Oh.
And Ari can still play time. Oh my goodness.
You have to play times.
Come on, man! Point Park is like that. So we're back. My gosh. Amazing.
Well played by Ari.
Crap.
Ari really is a princess. Well played.
Princess Ari.
Princess Ari. It's the Ari buff.
Bow down to the princess.
Amen.
My goodness. Phenomenal plays by Point Park right now. 11-11. Could be overtime, or it could be just match point
If
and we
they
wrap
get
it up.
two more, they're just gonna finish it up right here. I believe in Point Park Esports.
USF is still low on Nico, and this is what hurts when you get to this very important part.
And you know what? USF here on their defensive half have only been able to put one round on the board so far. I think these
Says a lot about Point Park.
considered, though, I mean, two pretty close teams. I mean, it's 11-11. Definitely both stronger on their attacking side.
You know what? I didn't even realize that. Yeah, both teams are. They're very good attacker side, and it might come down to whoever has the best attack more than
especially
defense.
if it goes down to OT, but Curse in a tough position. Bomb is down, but Mona going to have to fight.
Mona with 3 picks. So Moon back with 3 picks. Sova's low. KJ is still very healthy right now. They have the info.
Yeah.
Oh,
well played by Mona. I mean, that's a tough position. You're really cornered there when you're in hell like that, but got a couple, and they're going to get that res up.
Got 3 picks from that. Could have been
KO.
and that's gonna be a thrifty for USF.
Well, nice try, Mona. Well played.
Amazing play.
Amazing play, Mona.
And if you're not
Next
aware,
time you get 5.
Yep. And if we're not aware, sometimes we refer to Mona as to the Moon and back. They're one and the same. Alpha and Omega. Okay, I'm sorry. Impulsive thoughts are getting to me. All right.
It's the Red Bull.
It's intense. It's the Red Bull. It's the intensity. 11-12. I'm trying to take this to overtime. Like, energy.
Yeah,
is crazy.
and you know, Point Park needs to put that round on the board right here. This is match point. You know, if they lose this, that is also the end of this map. Sonder
with
has that.
That's an op. I'm gonna assume that's an op.
Or is it the Outlaw?
Could be the Outlaw.
Well, there's no skin on it, so that's why I'm wondering if it's new.
Oh.
But they did have an op in the past. I don't know. I didn't get a good look at the scoreboard, but either way, you don't want to be pushing that. Point Park taking their time, but that's a lot of real estate.
It's like Point Park heard us there. They were like, offside B. Now let's go over here. This is a very intense round. There's only 2 on A right now. USF has 3 looking at mid and hovering B, so it's gonna be very winnable. Point Park's throwing some utility on A, but that gives USF information that they're pushing A. So.
And it looks like USF kind of has that read and starting to make their way off of B site. Clark makes his way up there.
Great knife by Creep to. Sonic gets another pick with the op, and it's very tough to play around this op right now.
It is really tough.
Sonic with a crazy pick through the smoke.
That's really tough.
That op is just, it's locking it down. 12 seconds left. There's not much time left.
Good pick, but going to have to try to plant. Not enough time.
All right.
USF finds that last kill, an 11-13.
11-13.
USF going to put that first map on the board for them. That was a close game.
Oh my goodness. That was
if you thought it was
crazy.
Hot before, I was
That game was crazy. That game was crazy. Amazing performance.
And amazing performances from our 2 new players.
Definitely.
To the Moon and Back and Princess Ari.
Ari had many picks. There was so many times when Mona as well was grabbing those very important picks that dictated those rounds.
Especially.
And so,
And I think, you know, especially Mona to the Moon and Back there at the end as that KJ, you know, kind of plays offsite, has that utility, has Molly's, and a lot of times put in that position where she was the last one standing.
That was an amazing lineup.
I mean, she did an amazing job, and unfortunately, some of those rounds weren't able to convert, but it's hard if you're in like a 1v4 and able to get a couple kills. That op was an issue at the end there, but Point Park, I mean,
that's something that Point Park, I felt like, well, I don't even say any team when you're on the attack and you have to deal with the defense op. It's It's hard to get away with that.
But Point Park, 9 rounds in a row. They're on their attacking half. So
they're ready to play. They came to play.
They came to play. Didn't win Ascent, but we are moving to Icebox. And I think, again, could be anyone's game. But Point Park looking to put that Icebox on their side and bring us to Sunset.
So excited for
I'm
Icebox.
so excited.
I wanted to be there. There was a game that Point Park had. I think it was 2 seasons ago. The Valorant team. They just it was 13-0 on Clemson Orange. It was my goodness.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Phenomenal.
I haven't had a chance to see Point Park on.
Scary. They're scary on Xbox.
Because it was out of rotation.
Scary. They're terrifying on Xbox. So excited for that.
I'm excited.
I'm out of Red Bull.
I'm out of Red Bull too. But we're gonna head into a brief break real quick. We're gonna get some more Red Bull.
Get some more Red Bull.
At home, do
get
the
your
same.
snacks and Red Bull.
And we're gonna come back to Icebox. So stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. We just saw a super, super exciting game on Ascent. Unfortunately, didn't go the way of Point Park, but you wouldn't know that looking at their faces. It was close, 11-13, and now we're heading into Icebox, which I am so very excited for because I have not seen Point Park on Icebox.
It's a dangerous side. They're monsters. I want to say if there was ever a fabled legend about Point Park's Valorant team, it would be the Icebox map. They're scary on Icebox.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they won this because remember, this is their map pick. That last pick was USF's map pick.
That's right.
And it was close. It was close.
That's interesting that they first picked Ascent. And usually...
That's a decider, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. That's a decider map. Definitely a decider map. So... I mean, but there's more. Ever since then, there's more maps in the rotation, like Sunset.
Which
definitely don't want to see that.
I'm excited. You don't want to see that?
I do
You heard it here, Ricky.
I got a bias against the map.
Ricky I got the map too, so we don't go to Sunset.
Make that the thumbnail of the YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Yeah, I got to think with Sunset.
This
but,
just in. Point Park Esports caster doesn't want his team to win map 2.
Oh goodness. I'm ready for Icebox. So I wonder if obviously the comps and the meta has changed, so I want to see that new character though. Put you in the 1v1.
I'm very excited because it has been a while, and I think there was a pretty classic comp. A couple places you could play around with, but since it's been in the rotation, there's been changes to the maps. There's been new agents added, and I'm excited to see how Point Park plays. I mean, look, they're
keep the KO and the KJ because I feel like those two. It just enables the team a lot on attacker side and defender side in order to make plays. Just because you got the KJ lockdown, but then for attacker side, you have the KO knife, which is so important when you're trying to push and you're trying to attack, and you can silence whoever is already there on defender side. It just gives them so much space.
Well, I'd also like to see the KJ again because Mona to the moon and back did a really great job, I think, on Ascent, and I'd like to see her play that again. Because she was comfortable, but of course, I think there's some other agents that we could see. I really like Viper on Icebox, and we're going to be going into agent select very, very shortly. And look, just as I said it, we're going to see to the moon and back there on that Viper, and I love it. And of course, we're seeing that Deadlock coming out, and I'm really excited. Deadlock is a new agent since the last time Icebox was in. I think she's really strong if you know how to use her, and Creep is a phenomenal player, so I think he's going to do great.
Interesting. It's interesting to see. Oh, it's going to be so interesting to see, especially with Viper and Deadlock on the same team in Icebox.
I'm excited. And of course, Point Park going for that double initiator combo, which I think is always a strong combination.
Especially with Sky, you have so much info with the birds.
I think it's huge in Sova. I think Sova used to have a lot of play here on Icebox, a lot of information to be given from that, and of course Cursed, I think a great player. Clark back on that Jet, of course, looking to see him pop off again, and USF still playing around. It looks like
loving Clark's Jet.
We might see a Sova or a Sage, and I think both.
This looks like classic Valorant. This is what this is what looks like USF is playing right now. Classic
Yeah, but
OG characters.
OG characters, but I'm
need
so
some variety,
excited.
yo.
So excited for Point Park's Icebox. This is going to be exciting. I haven't actually seen Deadlock on Icebox, and I think
I wonder if she's ever been probably been played
she's
on Icebox, but
she's been
it's an interesting character, right?
I think they've been slowly trying to find where Deadlock fits into this meta. We have seen some pro play with her, not a whole lot. I mean, some Deadlock buffs came through, and of course, there were quite a few Sky nerfs that just came through recently. But Ari electing to go on that Sky, and Sky, not an initiator I think we see enough of on Icebox. It's exciting. There's some new changes, especially mid. There's some gaps there in tunnel, so
Yeah,
lots
I
of
see
places
that.
you can put. You can send a bird in there if you want to flash someone.
Look at the variety of. Oh my goodness.
And Icebox, historically, we've seen a lot of changes come in through this map through the ages.
Cut off mid completely between mid and A, which is that's very interesting.
Yeah, definitely a lot of changes that have come through. But I mean, exciting. And look, you can see that window there, right there in kitchen. That's new.
You can peek out of that window.
You can peek out of that window.
Wow.
Or peek into that window.
That is interesting. Well, peeking in windows, that sounds a little bit improper. But I'm peeking in windows and getting kills. So,
well, you heard it here first. No, but I'm really excited actually to see Creep on the Sentinel. And of course, Point Park starting on this defensive side. We already saw some util on B, but a classic A.
Sauter gets a pick through the Viper wall, I believe.
Viper's just such a strong agent, I think, on Icebox. Even if you don't have lineups for her wall, her orb's pretty good.
So much cover, just gives so much cover and lasts so long for so much time.
Yeah, the fact that you can just redeploy it at any time and throw it back up, huge. Creep making his way down, and Sauter just missed Creep through that window, but maybe not, through a couple shots there anyway.
And USF New Jeans effect kicks in with a pick. And now it is.
It's okay. The Ari buff hasn't kicked in for the side of Point Park.
All right, there we go.
Standing ahead.
Such a good wall.
Seems like the dart that Curse put up didn't give any info, which that does hurt for Point Park.
Oh, and definitely want to break that wall early and wasn't able to break it just enough.
And Sauter wrapped around mid to pick up picks, but ends up dying. So 2v4. Point Park still healthy. Creep and Ari still very healthy right now. This is possible.
I think though the plan here, and of course now that bomb has been ticking for a while, is going to be to die. Maybe get a couple picks, but you really want to die to get that extra money.
I see. That's the thing, right? With USF's comp specifically, you have to
Creep gets one. Ari gets one as well. Not gonna have enough time, but still going to die, like we said, for that plant money.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, got a couple kills and a couple orbs closer.
It's a little bit hard when it comes to, I think, with USF, dealing with USF comp specifically on attacker side, because have the Sova, you have KJ bombs, and you also have Viper bombs. That's what we'll call them.
Mollies, maybe?
Mollies, there we go. Viper mollies. And it's such a strong post plan for Point Park to try and play against. You almost have to flank for it, because of course they're all going to play back while KJ and Sage make space.
Tough. I'm really excited to see some of the Point Park's little comp coming in. Clark got a good pick before getting traded out.
USF looking strong. I mean,
they have
hard.
that gun advantage too. I think the benefit that USF has was kind of this more standard comp, is that they know how to play. It's been tested,
more familiar with
it. Tried, it's been true.
Definitely.
But that being said, that might be beneficial for Point Park if people don't know how to play around it. Creep sees this KJ turret and going to have to shoot it. It's a lot of information given, but Ari creeping up. What a pretty spray.
That was a really nice spray.
That was a really nice spray. Thank you, Creep. Just in time for Valentine's Day coming up.
Hey, there we go.
3 hearts for the 3 players that
2 players died. 1 player died.
No, those were the hearts of the players that the members of the team that
Members of the
went
team.
down.
I gave it awesome.
But that's okay. Creep is with them now. Ari looking for one,
Ari's
but of
with
course,
them now.
classic, no match for that Spectre. And that's okay.
Now we're gonna get
They're
an actual
not
real
phased.
round.
Now they're
round.
getting guns, and now this is where
Where the game actually starts.
surely we're going to see Point Park Icebox shine. This is their map pick.
Icebox Monster.
I mean, for this to be their map pick in this untraditional comp, I know they have some things up their sleeves that we
definitely.
haven't seen yet.
Definitely. I'm excited to see. I'm just excited to see how they work with this deadlock.
I'm so excited for this deadlock, and look, Creep looks like going to be placing this here, and that's going to deny some of that tunnel space to really creep up.
Haha, get it? Creep,
it's
creep.
creep.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Let's see. Clark
Clark,
gets a pick
find
now.
one.
Point Park already looking strong. Minute 20, and Ari with the scary shotgun. Strikes again. 5v3 right now.
Cursed.
Now you can
Spotted
see.
one. Knows that right now this is posted up to be an A site, and look how much, if you look at that mini map there, look how much real estate they've been able to push out B, and know that they can't go through kitchen
Point Park has
because
so
Creep,
much info. I said Point Park.
unfortunately, Creep's, it looks like thing went away. I don't really
This
know
was
it.
good.
The abilities are
Another
called, but
pick.
Creep gonna.
Oh
Creep!
my gosh! Oh my
Look.
goodness! The Yeti awakens goodness.
The Yeti awakens
The
on
Yeti
Icebox.
awakens. Wow! Oh my goodness! That was.
What a beautiful shot.
Beautiful
Thank you
shots
to
there by
our Point Park Esports
Look at that
crew.
Look at all those cuties here.
Look at all those cuties. They're ready to turn up and play some Valorant.
Exactly.
I'm ready to turn up and watch some Valorant.
There we go. But this is such a great show. I'm so excited. So excited for Point
So
Park.
excited for Point Park.
1 and 2 right now. It could be anybody's game. Both teams, I believe, on. Both teams got full guns. Got rid of the.
You know, the thing about Deadlock is Deadlock's little sonar ability will never get me because I shift walk everywhere.
Smart.
Oh, Creep
Saunders
gets one.
aggressive.
Nice trade there. Unfortunately, Princess Ari, the princess has fallen, but that's okay. Going
Subjects
to
will
be
pull through.
breaking that wall, and that's a lot of pressure there put
USF
on.
still hasn't planted yet.
They haven't planted, but they do kind of have a little bit of that side advantage in that plant. Going down now, but that Deadlock ultimate coming out there from
Oh
Creep
my goodness.
wasn't going to stick, but that was enough time to stall a little bit. Clark going crazy, gets three. And Creep gets that plant, was down, but
What an amazing ult
That
by
was
Creep
beautiful.
that gave Clark that space to peek. Because, I mean, with that disgusting deadlock ult,
Yeah.
you have to get shot out of it or you're going to die. So that's just amazing communication, amazing team play by Point Park right there.
yeah, and thank you to our wonderful observers for the night for giving us a nice shot.
Counting that, definitely,
That
yeah.
was a nice shot
They
to see
telegraphed
everything
that
that was
play.
going on. So thank you to our observers.
Love
Really,
our
thank you to the
observers.
whole Point Park Esports team, especially those on the broadcast team. Remember, you
broadcast
can
team.
catch. Well, we're on the broadcast team now today.
Yep,
Normally you're a player, but not today.
definitely, yeah.
But you can catch more Point Park content on Twitter,
On our Instagram.
on Instagram,
On TikTok.
on TikTok, on YouTube.
On Facebook.
On
We're
Facebook.
everywhere.
We're everywhere. So come find us there. I love that orb. It's such a strong orb, but a little bit less powerful than it used to be there in mid. Now that kitchen has that window.
Definitely.
Curse going to
Curse with a
spot that
disgusting
head.
shot.
So disgusting.
My gosh.
What a great position.
Curse looking at
for
another side,
one
seems
more.
like.
Unfortunately, that stage just jumped down.
That's just a mechanical diff right there. You can't explain that shot.
Curse
2
buff.
2. Curse buff.
Curse buff.
We'll just call it the curse. It's
The
cursed.
curse, the
No, we'll
curse.
call it the curse. Curse strikes again.
Curse strikes again.
Clark with a seemed like a collat. Absolutely
Point
disgusting.
Park
5-2.
looking really
Momentum.
strong right now.
It's getting.
It's the momentum.
Hey,
It's the momentum.
it's getting gross.
Oh, and knows exactly where Saunders saw that dash.
Clark.
Oh,
for kills. Oh my goodness, Clark is on fire. Look at him, robot Clark. Look at him. He's not phased.
Not crazy. Just another day in the life.
My goodness.
Still looking for those two aces. I want to see if
He's
anyone shaved their head.
Yo, I need another ace. I would love to see Clark set
To
shape.
start the season off with a Clark ace.
Come on now.
That's
a good sign.
That's a good sign.
Good.
Clark bringing out the operator, and it's GG's.
And that is a bold play. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Clark play with an op. Because he's always, I mean, last semester he played more of a controller than a duelist. So seeing him on duelist, it's amazing.
It's about time.
There we go. It's about time. It's about time to see it.
Well, yeah, that's right. I think a lot of times, you know, we had Sunseri last season, who phenomenal player as well,
Amazing
and a phenomenal duelist. But so not just roster changes, but I think positions within the team changing, and it's been a lot of fun. Ari just missing the timing there, though, on B to see New Jeans.
As you can see, Deadlock just so much utility.
Did a chip damage to 2 of them, but didn't really find a kill
Chip
there
damage
in the
spray
end.
transfer.
Clark with the knives here. I'm really, really excited to see how Clark develops as a duelist this season, because just such a strong
Looking
player.
very strong. Huh? But now we have Sage. And the knives are looking a bit awkward there.
Okay, Ari ace. Ari gets 5 here. That's what a princess would do.
Yep.
Spading out a little bit of utility.
Princess might save the kingdom right now.
Oh, but gets flanked by New Jeans. Unfortunately, that timing there at the beginning of the round on B was the downfall of Princess Ari.
And with that timing,
and
it's
her kingdom.
I feel like it's been very important, at least for Icebox, when it comes to that post plant. You gotta get that timing down. You gotta get the right timing of the contact, because if you don't, then you end up dying and you don't get traded out. And sometimes, and that's something that both teams have been struggling with on attacker side and defender side of me, as you can see, going back and forth, putting up an absolute show for us right now.
Clark, still not enough credits to be back on the operator.
That is a bold play to just buy the op back like that.
Not something you want to push.
It's going to be hard to get. Point Park definitely needs to win this round, because that buying an op back to back, that can severely hurt your eco. Doesn't matter to him though. My goodness.
So, you know what I've noticed a lot that USF has done, at least the last few rounds, is they kind of, not a full default, but they'll kind of have someone
Throw someone out there.
throw someone on the other side, and unfortunately Ari missed New Jeans last time, but Clark with the operator. Found the Viper this time, and yes, that pressure from the wall, huge. You want to break that Viper wall as soon as possible, but that's op down Sonder, going to find that operator.
I don't even know where Sonder even saw the angle to kill Clark there. That was very interesting. Oh, I see it now.
Lots of utility here coming out on that B site. Plant is down.
Could be possible, but it's hard though, because we have the mollies, also have Salvador. So
That looks like a great orb that cuts off sight, but still allows them to peek and get some kills.
3v2 right now.
3v2. Looks like the wasn't able to have
It's a
that
1v1
Sova
now.
ult a lot to deal with, but Curse knows exactly where they are. Going to wait for one, sees, waits for the swing, and just ran out of time, and you can't blame them there. That's a tough.
Those times you have to you got to swing it and spray and pray.
Yeah, you really do, and I mean, that was tough. Ran out of time to get that kill and defuse, and I think Asi played that perfectly. That Sova ultimate for the side of USF really just kind of denied and really stalled, and unfortunately
both sides have 2 ults right now, so it's going to be a very important round for either side. If Point Park can win this back, then it's 4-4. Maybe we end the round off. Would it be 6-6 for the first half?
Maybe
If we went back and forth.
Point Park wins here, we could see a 6-6 half.
You should run.
That'd be nice. It'd be like
Definitely,
disgusting
definitely.
wall bangs
I mean,
from
already
USF.
Point Park looking better this half than they did last
Most
last
definitely.
game. And remember,
Warmed
USF
up.
picked their side to start also, because
This is true.
this is of course Point Park's map pick. Sova for PU looking especially low, but still alive, and 2 ultimates left. Plant is down, and that Viper is so tough to deal with.
It's going to be a tough... Oh, I'm thinking USF might. Yep, and Sonder just keeps on trickling, grabbing picks every so often. It seems like USF might bring this round home.
Ultimate going to be invested from Point Park. with those Seekers, but still 5 of them to deal with, and that's
First
tough.
2 picks.
Going to send that dog in to kind of look for some intel.
2v2.
Definitely doable. But
get rid of the
time is
Viper?
ticking. They're all dead,
with
but
no
doesn't matter. Not
time.
going to be able to get that defuse, but that's okay because that's a very, very expensive round there for USF. Only NewJeans left alive there in the end.
NewJeans effect.
NewJeans
Can't stand
effect.
it. But amazing round by
Classic.
USF, but an expensive round for USF when it comes
Very
to ults.
expensive round.
So now we have no ults, 3-5. Still, game is still up in the air. I mean, way different than, as you said, from last game, from a 2-10, what would look like now. It's both teams are even. It seems like both teams got the nerves over, and now we're playing the win. So definitely love to see that from both of the teams. An amazing performance.
Definitely. I mean, and I think both teams have done a good job of doing this.
Point
But
Park's winning though. Sorry, my bad. Where did that come from?
that's crazy because earlier you said you didn't want to go to Sunset. That's crazy.
Oh, so we are sponsored by Red Bull, by the way. I'm drinking another one.
I hope everyone got their Red Bull during the break because you're not going to want to leave this game.
Not gonna want to
Point
miss
Park-
this one.
Point Park down by 2 right now, but a couple close rounds. Clark getting that early pick has
The
that numbers
Guardian.
advantage. I mean,
Guardian's a disgusting weapon.
the
if you
Guardian
got
is a disgusting weapon. I mean, I think if you know how to use any of these weapons, they're really good. I've seen a lot of great plays from Clark with the Sheriff. So the weapon disadvantage doesn't always mean.
That is a lovely
Terrible
skin for
things.
the Guardian. Nice old traditional. Sorry, animation major talking. Apologies.
What about this skin right here? Minus Vandal.
Oh,
Cute gun buddy for sure.
cute gun buddy for sure. Oh, Karambit. It's very nice. All right, but
They're just showing off skins at this point, but
Point Park
Clark
playing
and
very
Ari
disciplined.
going to get some kills now. 5v2.
as you can see, Point Park is they're playing together. They're playing extremely disciplined. They're getting a pick. Hey, say hey, got a pick. Let's group up back again. It's very and USF. They have been playing it. They have 20 seconds on the clock. They have to make a play. Amazing ult by calls.
Ultimate's coming down just a little bit. Not in time to deny that plan, but did get that
strikes
kill
again,
there. And
gets
of
the-
course, Creep going to swing on and get that last one and going to get the defuse off. And that was a pretty clean round there by Point Park.
And now we're going into this next round with Deadlock ult and 4 alive with guns. So that's gotta hurt USF's ego a
Look
little
how
bit.
happy. Look how happy they look.
I was excited. I love
They're
to see it.
excited.
Love to see the smiles. Curse just down to Gatorade like it was water. Love to see it. The intensity.
I feel like I've been doing that with these Red Bulls. Sponsored, by
it's
the way,
alright.
by Red Bull. Thank you so much.
It's alright. It's okay if we chuck Red Bulls as long as we win. As long as we win.
Yeah, we're doing this for the team, really.
I'll have a heart
to help
attack
them.
for Point Park.
Yeah.
But here
Well,
we go. 4-5.
Please don't, though.
Oh yeah, well. But still in a very tense round. It's really not much to say in this game. It's we're just as enthralled as you guys are because it's intense.
It's intense. Like you said, that ultimate on the side for Point Park with that deadlock, but that's the only ultimate across the board. A couple, though, are very close.
If we could,
Ari,
Mona grabs a kill and gets an ult to the moon and back could really bring this round along with the deadlock ult.
Ari here
Ari
with
with a
that
very
timing,
aggressive
and
play.
I don't,
A little bit scared for Princess Ari right now.
I'm a little bit scared too.
Playing with fire, especially since, well, no, we also have
Oh,
Clark on
Curse
the
going to see that gun barrel, but they're not gonna peek in time.
have the info.
Oh, Ari
picks
gets
pick.
one, but I don't know if Ari realizes that NewJeans is still there. Cursed still looking for that shot and is just looking to find contact.
Now USF
Still
gets
has it.
contact on Ari, and now they're pushing up B right now. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Clark
picks up a pick.
finally finds Sonder, but and Clark
Another
gets another
pick.
one.
Down B.
Double!
Oh, but you know a lot of damage there on
3v1. We're getting a 6-6 half.
And they know where NewJeans is. I think NewJeans might need to just try to plant for a little bit of plant money. But electing to hide and save that weapon,
10
very,
seconds
very
left.
smart decision.
Do not blame them for saving the weapon.
I don't blame them for saving the weapon.
Whew. Amazing round. by
All
Point
around,
Park there.
that was really pretty.
USF is kind of changing up their play style now. Now they're kind of there's been a running thing where they're waiting until like 30 seconds in order to actually make a play, but Point Park they're starting to catch up on that. They're starting to catch up on that habit. They're starting to adjust, which is very great, and they're amazing with picks. I mean, very bold play from Ari right there, getting that pick very early in the round, and that let the rest of the team know that that USF is trying to push B. So that was a very great play by Ari there. Princess strikes again.
Princess strikes again.
I want to see.
I'm a little disappointed we haven't gotten to see that deadlock utility shine as much as I think we could.
Definitely.
Just to the nature of how these teams are playing. But definitely in the future, would love to see
The
that.
drone didn't get
that
Ari.
drone didn't get Ari. Ari gets one.
Oh my goodness.
But saw at least 3 of them.
Could have got so many, but now we have the info.
That's a lot of
They're going
info.
B. Point Park has the info.
Information is so important in this game, and Creep
Still have the deadlock ult.
a little bit longer.
Clark with an awkward dash out there. Here we go. It's a minute left. USF could back off, but we still have To the Moon and back holding down A with all that utility there.
I mean, this is an important round. It's 5-5. 3 ultimates on the side of Point Park Esports. Not sure if we're going to expend them. Curse all one, but wasn't able to find
Saunders
contact.
scared with the Marshall.
Time just ticking down, I think. Just looking for bigs, but bomb not planted.
Clark.
Oh, but Clark not able to find Jinx and Rose. Still 3v3. 30 seconds left to plant, but they have sight. They know exactly where some of them are. Creep, though, has a really good flank. Might be able to get a couple, but that KJ bot just put.
Deadlock flank is definitely going to dictate
Charges.
this possible round. 19
Oh,
seconds
yes,
to
gets
plant.
one.
Last player standing.
15 seconds to planting.
Spike planted.
Deadlock still has ult. Oh, that was a little bit rough for Clark right there. Could have been
1v3
possible
definitely
play.
tough.
Last
But
round in the half.
But 5-6, I mean,
Before it's too late.
could be 5-7, could be 6-6. If it's 6-6, then I'm a fortune teller. It's gotta be what it is.
gotta be okay. Well, let's see what this half is, and then we can speculate about the game.
I'm about to say we'll speculate.
Yeah. Speculate in a little bit.
Here we go.
Sound sensor up.
One. Still have 2 ults going into this last round. Still have the deadlock ult. And I believe a solo ult. And Jinx off rip gets a pick on Clark. Which definitely hurts. Oh, and To the Moon and back dies while ulting, which definitely hurts Point Park. USF gets full control there.
That is tough, especially because I think Viper's ultimate, one of the strongest in the game, not going to be able to work off that, but still 2v5. Ari going to get one, but now they know where Ari is. Ari and Curse, though.
So a lot of time left in the post plant right now. Definitely going to be tough for Point Park. I can't really save since the last round, so personally I go in there guns blazing and probably die. But
I mean, that's the thing. You have to push at this point
Yeah.
because it's the last run in the half. Nothing to lose, really.
and tough round
Except
for Point Park.
your life. And that's going to be a 5-7 half, but still a better half than they saw last time. This is still their map pick.
Still a winnable game here.
Both these teams have done historically better on attack. We saw that on Ascent, and we saw that for USF here on Icebox. So if Point Park is able to
The fact that
take it
USF was
momentum.
only to get 7 points for attack, that's... I mean, that leaves a lot of room for
Point Park got
to work
9
with.
in a row
Yeah.
last map. So if they're able to do that again,
13-7, wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. And you know, it's hard to know if that's, you know, is that the half they were I mean, obviously
Definitely.
not hoping for, but you know, last time they only got 2 points on the
Yeah,
defensive
exactly.
side. So is 5 good for them? Is it, you know, they're
It's bad
still
for them.
working
It's-
out the
It's hard.
team comp or the communication? There's a lot of factors that go into this, especially since it's the first game of this NACE League season.
It's definitely hard to see what kind of team, what this new Point Park team is, if they're more attacker driven or defender driven. I hope attacker driven so we can see that sunset map. There we go. I've
The
changed my
switch up
mind
is
now.
crazy.
Yeah,
The
I've
switch up is
changed my
crazy.
mind now. As you can see, Aussie from the top looking there. Point Park and USF playing really slow right now. It's just trying to, just 5-pointing it.
Yeah, it definitely playing. So saw that that little bow there from Sova.
But
That
now
jump down.
USF Sova gets a crazy scan on Point Park, so we have the info. Curse gets a pick now.
This double Viper wall.
It's a little chaotic.
A little chaotic.
But now Point Park has the plant, have util for this. We have Sky util, Viper.
That's a good. A good.
This is a position that you want to be for Point Park. You want
And
to play
that kind
time.
of the ability from Deadlock that kind of funnels them all into one direction.
Clark got 2 picks and oh my goodness. The curse strikes and robot again. My gosh, robot and curse
he's not
combo.
even phased. He just.
I can't stand it sometimes. It's just I want to take his aiming ability and apply it in Valorant. So maybe
Yeah,
I'll
if
ask him
I
to
just
teach
took
me.
like a little bit from each of them, maybe I would be a decent player.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Pro player.
pro player for sure. Someone wants to sign me. I'm a free agent.
Hey, there
So
we go. There we go.
DMs are open.
That was smooth. Come on. We just slid that in there. That was smooth. 6 and 7 right now. Point Park. I mean, the Yeti's awoken. Second round looking amazing. We have the bye round, have the advantage. It should be a free round for Point Park.
That's the Bulldog skin I use.
Yeah, that is a pretty cool skin. That's an OG skin.
That is
Wow.
an OG skin. I bought that was the first season I played, and I bought the Battle Pass just because I wanted the skin.
And
Creep with sitting spawn. Ari though gets one
and
and
little
shots
chaotic
back and forth.
in the
Kinda
attacker
crazy.
spot right now.
Kind of crazy 3v3. Not what you want to see when you're on that buy-up.
It's very important for To the Moon and Back to stay alive during this post lap.
A bomb went down, and I saw that Viper orb on bomb. Not sure if To the Moon and Back has any sort of lineups or just gonna kind of play off-site, but that Viper Molly orb combo, so tough to deal with.
This is what's nice about Sky as well, is that you have the info with the birds and with the dog to scary shot. Scary shots from Ari there, but still got a bulldog with Clark. Clark being able to make space for To the Moon and
Finally
Back.
finds.
There's no time,
Last player standing.
and Point Park is gonna bring that home. 7-7. The game is reset. We're back at it. This is practically a game 3 and a game 2. Practically.
Practically. Unfortunately for Point Park, though, no guns were brought into this next half,
I
so that
forgot
means they're in a
about
full
that.
save.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe I take back what I said.
No, it's okay. Just one round. All good.
Right.
All good.
It's only one round. Fine. Curse doesn't miss a shot with the sheriffs. Creep doesn't miss a shot with the sheriffs.
Creep
either.
does not miss shots. The sheriff cursed with that Spectre.
Would have loved to see some marshals from Point Park. Son. I think that would have been nice. Saunders done it a couple times, and it's been scary with it. So why can't we?
Already did a last half. That is a classic there, Viper. Orb puts a lot of pressure, but remember, they're able to go into kitchen there with the new map changes. Might be able to get a little bit of info, but are you just going to get that plant down?
Definitely hurts USF with that that orb placement, not being able to cover mid entirely.
I mean, I think that the map changes definitely something that everyone's going to have to start to work around.
They have to get used to that.
Oh
Right.
no, just waiting for that right
Player
click.
standing.
Would have liked to see that right click. Maybe could have found it did a lot of damage, but not enough to take that rifle away. But is going to secure plant money for the side of Point Park Esports.
USF looking very solid right now. 5 alive with full buy going into this next round.
Yeah,
It's
but that's okay. Point Park going to have their full buy as well.
it's going to be a little bit tough. I think USF is getting close to some ults right now in these next 2 rounds. My goodness, I love that shot, players. My goodness. Look at that guy, so focused. Love how there's just only one pink headset. You might as well get everybody pink headsets. At this
I like
point.
the pink headsets. I like
Yeah,
the color.
it's vibey. It's a vibe. I mess with it.
Listening.
And so 7-8 right now. And we're getting closer and closer to game point. Intensity, pressure's rising. I can feel it. And so we go. Point Park looking to try get some info at A, maybe try to push at A. It's gonna be very tough though, especially with the Viper wall and the Sage util that they have on A. B looking completely free right now. So you can see Creep and to the moon and back right now. They're kind of sitting at spawn, to the moon and back, moving up in mid. Oh, but ends up dying to New Jeans, unfortunately, as well as Cursed. And so now it's a minute left, 5v3. USF is just, they're playing the defense very solid. They're picking out, they're grabbing picks. And Creeps grabs a pick now.
Yeah, it definitely Tough has that numbers disadvantage, but still have rifles. Clark incredibly low, but doesn't matter when you have Ari on that sky, able to heal you right back up.
Very slow rounds.
Still in that numbers disadvantage though, and you can see the amount of space that the Viper there on the side of USF is able to take and knows that they're not hitting B.
Definitely looking for that rotate that they can almost has them sandwiched.
Yeah, and of course, you know, they have someone mid, so knows this is about to be an A hit, and that utility is starting to be placed down. Clark going to find one.
Huge pick from Clark right there. Clark pushing up on the side.
That plant needs to get down, but all down here to Clark. Time is just not on Clark's side.
Ah. Interesting.
You know, that's too bad. I don't think Clark realized that the Sage was still there in the
Could've won
last
that
one
round,
alive.
yeah. Could have killed Sage there, and that could have been the round
But you know
right
what?
there.
That was close. Again, a lot of these rounds are coming down to just
The nitty gritty.
the nitty gritty, and again, this is an information game, right? Had Clark known, I think Clark would have had it.
Definitely.
Information is so important in that game, and I think
It's
I think they're still working out how do we play with Creep as our sentinel here.
Definitely.
Not Creep specifically, but more so the deadlock.
In Icebox, I mean, it's hard to play around that, especially if, say, the deadlock dies early in the round and you don't have that util when it comes to the post.
Oh, Clark.
With a disgusting shot.
Sheriff shots and going to bring out those knives. The thing about this wall, or whatever you want to call this ability that Creep has been placing, is it allows them to still funnel into sight a little bit. Now he does have that sonar on it. But
so much cover. I didn't even realize.
But it doesn't quite cover everything. They can still kind of slip around the
edges and go
whatever,
between.
Yeah, the gen right there.
So,
have that sonar. Cursed. Oh.
Curse does get the shot.
Yeah.
Shot there.
Ooh. But Creep gonna clean it up. 3v3, pretty good for being on that save round.
Scary, thrifty round, no, but still possible.
On the defuse right now. Creep gets one, but they're going to be able to get the defuse off. Close rounds again.
Tough round for Point Park there, especially since that was a thrifty round. I mean, Creep got a rifle, but it was just a little bit too late, and especially trying to look at the plant, look and see if they're holding the plant against the Viper wall. It's extremely hard, and that's what's nice about Viper in Icebox, is that their Viper's wall is able to just create so much space, and it's also a mind game that you can play with the Viper wall when it comes to the post plant.
Exactly. Sonder bringing out that operator now.
Sonder's op, it's scary.
It is scary.
Dangerous.
I mean, especially on the defensive half. I mean, and not in anyone's hand. 2 ultimates on each side to work with.
Have Point Park has Skywall and Sovall, so this could be it's a very important round for Point Park right now. If they can win this round, then they can possibly get the op out of Saunders' hands and make these next rounds easier for them.
I agree. I think USF has benefited a little bit from that eco and that double sentinel.
Definitely.
USF, whereas Point Park's still rocking the double initiator, which I do like. I think they're still working around that though.
And so now it's a 5v5 in the post plant. It's going to be super chaotic. Got to be careful of possible flanks, which we have Point Park, we have Sova and Viper watching the flank, and we do have the util to hold this post plant. So, and now you can see contact and to the snake bite.
Steps right into that molly, that snake bite, and Ari going to get hit by that dagger.
Oh, and that definitely hurts. Oh, and that hurts for Point Park. I mean, just
that
a clean
does hurt.
play
A
for
flawless
USF.
round there for USF.
Amazing round for USF. I mean, the snake, I mean, the Molly killing creep right there when he's just about to peak. That is,
Yeah. I mean, that's tough. Not a lot of HP left to deal with.
definitely.
I think
Very clean round
I've
for
seen some
USF.
good things here from Point Park. I think they're still working through this comp, and I don't think it's a bad comp. I think, though, USF just know how to play with their comp better.
Definitely.
And of course, we don't know what their roster is, but this is also a new roster for Point Park.
I mean, the fact that it's 7-11 with Point Park's new
Yeah.
roster, first game out, I mean, this is
It's close.
amazing.
It's close, and it's not unwinnable. I think it's just been really hard. I think Point Park having only Deadlock as its Sentinel, though they're still working around, don't really have utility there for flank.
it's limited.
It
Definitely.
is limited. I think what I might have liked to see is instead of that Sky, a secondary Sentinel.
Clark is losing
Deadlock,
his
but
mind right
Clark,
now this round.
Classic Clark 3K. One more to make it a Clark 4K, and holding this angle sees it.
And somehow doesn't kill Sova and gets out of there alive.
But lots of information, and Sova so incredibly low.
One enemy remaining.
They know
And
exactly where he is, though.
Sova is one shot and
Yeah.
get the wall thing.
Through the wall. That
9
feels bad, but doesn't matter. That's another round on the board. And
8
now
11. Sorry.
8-11. Only 3 rounds separating these two teams. Still very doable.
Point Park is still very well in this. They got rid of the op, but USF was able to buy another op, and now Clark has an op in his hands in attack, which is a very bold play, I must say, Kai.
Very-
If you
It
lose
is a
this
bold
round,
play,
then
yes.
the eco is, I would say the eco is basically done for Point
Yeah, I
Park.
mean, they have enough where they can buy up as much as they can. Sees those shots, so Clark knows there's somebody there. And Clark able to push up with that operator. Good Sova drone.
Oh, and I'm holding my breath with Clark's op in this attack. He's just
I'm really nervous.
checking every angle.
Pushed
It's
up.
whichever op sees each other first. And Point Park doing a full 5-man push now. It's a 5v5 in B right now.
Lots of utility coming out.
Amazing deadlock Utah right there.
Good luck utility.
Just got cover.
Sova ult coming out. But that's okay, the bomb was planted. That is that operator down pretty
And the
early.
KJ all coming in to back
That's
off
tough.
Point Park,
That is
which
tough.
that's going to be a free
The
round.
diffuse already coming down, but good thing they have that Sova ultimate. It was stuck half though.
USF is sticking it, and there's just
They're going
not
to
enough
get it.
time. I mean,
that's really tough.
And that's
All
the
you do
perks.
now is try to save weapons.
and see, that's the thing, right? And that's the differences, like as we said, with these team comps, having that KJ there to be able to fall back on when there is that 5v5 situation, the bomb is already planted. It's tough. I think the only way that Point Park wins that round is maybe Sova ulting earlier, but it's tough in that situation.
It's tough, and USF, I mean, play around their utility so well.
Played it very well, yeah.
It's because, like we said, this is a tried and true comp.
Definitely.
But I don't think it's over for Point Park. I think that was just unfortunate, but no more.
Also burned out now.
They are burned, but there's still 2 on the side of USF in that Viper ult. Really hard to
just
deal with,
rolling
but
through.
not going to come into play here. Clark takes that ultimate offline. Of course, there's still the Sage ult to deal with, but not anymore.
Amazing
Not if we
team
get
play
her.
from the moon and back, and Clark right there. Now it's a 5v3. B is looking really solid for Point
It
Park.
is
They've
looking
tried
really
it like the
solid.
past 3 times in these rounds. Haven't been able to bring it back these last 2 rounds, but they were always able to get to the post.
No,
plant.
I mean also I think last round actually looked pretty okay until that
So, like, KJ
lockdown
ult,
came
no?
down. Yeah.
And Ari did a little, got jump scared right there.
But that's a lot of information, gunshots are information, and Clark, of course, now knows exactly where New Jeans is. Looking and going to find New
Disgusting from
Jeans,
Clark.
and now knows.
Clark.
Tap the spike.
Say, look at him, Clark!
We need a Clark 4K counter. is
Robot
what we
Clark.
need.
Robot Clark.
Robot
I'm
Clark.
just, maybe we make it sound cooler. Robo Clark.
Robo Clark.
I don't know. I'll work on it. I'll work in the lab with the nicknames. But that is, I mean, Clark is playing, I think in the past 2 games, has been playing a phenomenal game, especially ever since last semester. Like, he's just playing amazing. 30 and 15, like, just taking over this lobby, which is something amazing to see. And 9 and 12, USF, game point, full bot. Saunders still has the op from USF. It's going to be really hard to deal with. Just have to deal with it a couple more times. I think it's going to be very, very important right now for Point Park to get the op out of Saunders' hands.
Yep. Yeah, certainly.
We have the all. USF has the Viper all on A, locking A completely down, so it only forces Point Park to go to B, which USF completely knows SSA 4 in mid, hovering B side right now.
Yeah, or it could be, you know,
Oh my goodness.
a little bit of a fake and hope that Viper ult goes down. Still a minute left to play with. Looks
Viper
like
ult does run out.
pinging that B, but nobody's there. Very, very dangerous to elect to hit a Viper's ult, but knows
Terrifying
that
to push this
Viper
Viper
might be
ult.
the only one playing in that ultimate.
This is true. This is
And I don't know, Viper hearing maybe and going to start hearing some utility.
amazing
that
drone from
drone-
Sova right there.
Just trying to spot them out.
Could force Viper to back off. I'm not sure they know that she's on top.
No, and that's crazy. Look, there's a utility being spammed there on B and going to find that Viper, and now
Find the
A
Viper
site
pick.
pretty free.
Saunders still with the op, but now we have our own Viper ult. Clark
And
is now
Clark going to find one there on B from Creep. Ultimate coming out, and that's going to be Plant.
Viper ult is still up. And I'm surprised they did not see Arya come out of the ult right there.
That
And
was close. Creep going to find
Creep two picks there.
more. That's
to
as
the moon
close.
back, playing just right there. Saunder playing with the op, just rolling around.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh my goodness!
Saunder.
The Point Park brings that back, 10-12, and I believe, if I'm not crazy, eco's low for USF, because it's the same situation that happened last game.
Should be low. Definitely well played there by Point Park. That was a pretty pricey run. Did expend that Viper ultimate, but you know, so
there we
did
go.
USF. 3 ults on the
Oh
board.
my goodness.
USF on a light buy knows that
So
they
possible.
need to save their economy for next round because Point Park, if they win this round, brings it to 11-12, and USF need to finish it out right there. 3 ultimates on the side of Point Park. Well played, good calls, and you can see USF pushing up quite a lot.
No,
They
with a
have-
Saunders.
That's Bomb. They know exactly where Bomb is with Princess Ari bringing out the ultimate, going to find them out so they can get Bomb. I am nervous.
Disgusting shot from Saunder. That was just, oh my goodness. And it's the fact that Creep was crouched as well, and Saunders still hit the headshot. That's
And-
just it's absurd.
see, going to find the one up there, and that's good.
Find the pick. 4v4 now. There's only one on A. Point Park still doesn't know that there are 3 full flanking right now from USF.
Knives coming out from Clark, looking to find some.
Oh my goodness. And Curse kills an ulted Saunder. 3v3. Point Park has the info that there might be still a few on flank.
Good one.
Oh, Zap for Chaos.
Oh. Clark not finding contact into the moon and back, going to be spotted out.
And that is going to be the match. USF winning and bringing that back. And it seemed like the same.
Defenders.
Oh, so sad. So we have, what do we have, Kai? We have 11-13 the first game, and now 10-13 second game.
Yeah.
First game of Point Park
First-
season, playing
first
that
game.
well. It's with a new comp. That's just my
A new
goodness.
comp and in a new
New players, new roster.
New roster. I mean, I think all things considered, I think Point Park
They
did
should be proud.
phenomenally. And
Proud of
USF
this
should be
performance.
proud too. You know, a great way
Definitely.
to start the season. And I think this is a very good match. And I think both teams have a lot they can learn
Whew.
from this match. And
Definitely.
you know, the closer matchups, I think, tell you so much more. Than
It's more entertaining. You
stop.
learn more, especially.
You learn more, and there's a lot for both teams to VOD review, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see either of these two teams go pretty far in the NACE League
Definitely.
because
Definitely.
we saw good things and lots to go.
It
I mean,
was, it was amazing performance.
was amazing.
I'm flabbergasted
I'm flabbergasted.
by Ari and
Ari and
Mona.
Mona.
just being able to adjust.
This is their first game.
Yes,
they played
exactly.
For Point Park, and they played so
just
phenomenally.
amazing.
Lots of great shots from Ari.
Definitely.
Impactful kills. Mona.
Yes, Mona
has
had
such a
amazing impactful
great
kills that it
grasp
just
on her utility too,
Exactly.
and how to use it and where.
Clark dropping 30. Oh my
Clark
gosh!
is
And I
just
thought that was
nasty.
crazy. That was crazy.
Clark, yeah.
I did not see that. I was like, yo, who is this guy, bro? Like,
Hey, Clark Duelist is kind of crazy.
Clark
you know?
Duelist is
Insane.
a thing. I would have
Insane.
never thought, but it's a thing now. It's a thing that we'll have to look out for. He
Yeah,
might drop
I know.
50 next game. I don't know. That brother,
50.
unfazed. Look, that brother was getting aces, and he was just like,
No, Clark,
just a robot.
Clark could drop 50 and like wouldn't
Crazy.
even bat an eye. It would just be like another day in the life.
exactly. Just go looking on to the next round. Like, but amazing play by Point Park. It was so nice to see them back in action again. It's great casting with the legendary car. You know,
And
so,
you know what? I've heard a lot about the legendary caster. Haven't been able to experience it myself.
definitely.
Lots of time spent watching you play League of Legends though. So and for those, the League of Legends actually
Yes.
the season is
back
in full
on.
swing.
I think we're back on. This week was a bye week, and we're back on next Saturday. So if you want to make sure to check that out, and I think Valorant should have a game next week as well. So that might be a back-to-back week of content. So make sure you have your Red Bull and have your snacks.
I have my Red Bull. This is my second Red Bull of the evening.
Okay, my Red Bull's not gone yet. And we're going to take a little bit of a break into a possible post-game interview with one of our players.
Very, very exciting. Actually, I think a player from our new roster, Princess Ari, might
The
be
princess
joining us.
is going to grace us with her
herself.
presence.
So don't go everywhere. Go refill your cup, get some more Red Bull, and come right back because you're not going to want to miss really this exclusive
Exactly.
Point Park post-game interview. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. I'm back on the desk with Ari. I bet you never thought you would see Ari and I back behind the desk together now that Ari is a world-famous Point Park Esports Valorant NACE League player. Ari, it's so great to be back with you back here.
Yeah, it's weird, especially wearing this.
A new uniform, a new get-up.
And also being on this side of the table as opposed to
Oh
that side
yeah,
of the
yeah.
table.
You know, we switched sides
my
actually.
corner. I want my corner back.
Yeah, this is the corner is kind of nice.
It is.
But no, I mean Ari, congratulations. First off, you're on the
Thank you.
starting roster right now. How does it feel to be kind of on the other side of game day?
Yeah. So at the start of today, I did not know if I was IGLing or not. We had practiced it in scrims very briefly. It was kind of on the whim. Hey, do this for a few rounds. And I was like, oh, okay, so that was a surprise to me. And then I got surprised with it again today, saying, yeah, you're going to do it the whole time? And I went, oh, okay.
I mean, but what a great way to just throw you in there and have you do it. And a lot of, I think, your reads as an IGL, I saw a lot of great things and very close, especially for the first match with a new roster and some exciting comps. So walk me through your comp on Icebox. Obviously, that was your guys' map pick, and that isn't really a traditional comp we see a lot of times. And I was really excited. The Deadlock, especially, was excited to see brought out.
Yeah, so I do want to establish it's not me solo IGLing, by the way. It's me and Creep. We're bouncing back and forth. We're feeding info because Creep has noticed that he overcomplicates things a little too much, and so I'm just there to be like, run in, shoot gun. So us together really puts that plan together. But our comp for Icebox, so we actually had a debate before the game started, and we were like, hey Sam, instead of running Deadlock and what was it, Sky, can we run Sky and Killjoy or something like that? And we were fighting for it. We were having second thoughts about it. And Sam said, no, stick with your comp.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was definitely fun for sure. I know, not a comp I think we see a lot versus, USF. I think that's a pretty traditional, Icebox comp. But first of all, I'm so excited. Icebox hasn't been in the map rotation for so long. And I love to see it. And I think, I also think maybe the Killjoy Sky comp would have been fun to see too. I saw a lot of great things from you. It was so incredibly close to OT. Both games almost had that sunset, but I mean, you have to be feeling good for your first match as a team to be that incredibly close. And of course, this is your first time as a player, and Mona as well.
Yeah. I mean, here at Point Park, we say we don't see ranks, but like, in terms of comp ranks, like we were much lower than they were, and look how close that game was. So give us a little bit more time, a little bit more practice. We've got this. I mean, plus, if you want to look at the fact, we've never actually played Icebox as a team before. We've never scrimmed it. We've never tried that comp. So that's why it kind of didn't go the way we wanted it to. And so we probably were going to play that a little bit better on that Killjoy. But hey, I did my job. For some reason, I was 1v1ing the Killjoy every round, and I think I did okay enough.
I think you did great. I mean, I saw, I kind of want to bring it back to, this was your first game in Mona, and I think, from you, Ari, we saw a lot of great gunplay, a lot of impactful kills, and of course, Mona, that utility, and I know some of that is going to be coming from, of course, you and Creep kind of co-IGLing, and then some of that, of course, Mona's ability to read and know how to use the utility and player character, and I think both of you played great, especially for your first match. I mean, I'm really excited to see how you guys progress the rest of the season, and of course, there were some familiar faces there as well. We had Creep, we had Clark, we had Creep, Clark, and Cursed. Yes, the OG3 maybe from last season, but I'm so excited, and I think there's a lot of great things that can come, and so I'm so excited for you, Ari. Yeah,
I mean, the team was actually really, really proud of how Mona did today, especially too. We had, no clue kind of what to expect. We have played the scrims, and they go all right, but it's a completely different thing on game day, and so both of us were kind of question marks, and I think we're pretty happy with how that's going.
Yeah, and you should be, and you and I think said this on the desk last season a lot, but talking about ranks, and maybe you weren't quite up to there. It doesn't really matter what your rank is when you're playing solo. It's your ability to play as a team and cohesively, and it sounds like this is a new roster, but it can really only go up to here. So congratulations, Ari. I'm excited for a really great rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. And I do want to leave with one thing. You know how we said Point Park kept losing pistols? There were a few of them in there that we won.
There were. And I'm really excited because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more the rest of the season. Point Park won the first pistol today, and not going to be the last. So thank you so much for stepping back here and having this interview with us, Ari. Sad to see you leave the desk, but very excited to see you play. And we will catch you guys in the next Valorant match.